What's up, your boarding Steven here. Welcome back to yet another reaction. Today we are hopping into Supernatural, episode number 18 of season number 4, The Monster at the End of This Book. What that means, I don't know, but it's probably going to be a pretty bad monster. So last episode I thought was really good. It did kind of feel like a spin-off, a one-off, except for the ending where we find out another angel was kind of testing Dean or trying to show Dean, hey, you'll find your way back to us. Always. You'll find your way back to this, always. I thought that was a really good episode, really fun, really different. Only about 4 or 5 episodes left before the finale or along that line, so we're probably going to be heading into the final arc here. What that is going to entail is going to be interesting. I haven't seen Bobby in a while. Ruby, we haven't seen her since she fed Sam some blood, I think. We see her last episode? No, the episode before that, maybe. Yeah, so I'm not sure what to expect, but as always, if you like what I do here, like, comment, subscribe, Patreon for the full reaction, uncut, unedited, episodes extra early over there if you want them. If you don't want them, totally cool. Episodes here whenever they show up. For context's sake, this is episode 18, currently on YouTube. We are still finishing episode or season number 2. So you're about almost 2 full seasons ahead over on Patreon if you're interested. If you're not, don't worry, you'll get episodes here whenever they show up. Pretty much, we're going to hop in here, have a good time. Like, comment, subscribe. Here we go.
Kind of more of an underground cult following. Let's see.
Who that? What kind of meta?
Yeah. That's the first one, I think.
Supernatural by Carver Edlund. Along a lonely California highway,
like
a
Fabio.
mysterious woman in white lures men to their deaths. Give me that.
Mr. Frost, the pilot. Oh my God, the monster at the end of this book. Holy shit. That is super cool. Route 66. Oh, that's awesome.
This is freaking insane.
All
How
the
does this guy know
detail.
all this stuff?
Some incest bullshit?
Together?
Yeah.
The fuck?
They do know we're brothers, right?
Doesn't seem to matter.
Oh God. Is this based on real fan fiction that's happening for this
We
show?
gotta find this Carver Edlund.
Yeah, that might not be so easy.
Why not?
Oh my God. Who's
If only real men were so open and in touch with their feelings.
Real men?
I mean, no offense. How often do you cry like that?
Hey,
All right,
hey.
I'm crying on the inside.
Is that supposed to be funny?
Lady, this whole thing is funny.
How do I know you two are legit? I got one too.
Wow. You are a fan.
His name's Chuck Shirley, and he's a genius, so don't piss him off.
Who is it? Oh, this is also, he was having like visions.
The Chuck Shirley who wrote the Supernatural books?
Maybe. Why?
I'm Dean, this is Sam. The Dean and Sam you've been writing about.
But for your own good, I strongly suggest you get a life.
See, here's the thing. We have a life.
You're
You've been using it to write your books.
Now, wait a minute. Now, this isn't funny. Are those real guns?
Yep.
no, they're fake.
This is real rock salt. These are real fake IDs.
Please, don't hurt me.
How much do you know? Do you know about the angels? Or Lilith breaking seals?
Wait a minute. How do you know about that?
Question is, how do you?
Because I wrote it?
You kept writing.
Yeah, even after the publisher went bankrupt, but there's only one explanation. Obviously, I'm a god.
You're not a god.
How else do you explain it?
He's like,
I write things. I mean, horror is one thing, but to be forced to live bad writing.
dude, they just
If
made
I
fun
would've
of
known
the,
it was
the
real,
bad
I would have
episodes.
done another pass.
Chuck, he was starting to have doubts about Chuck, about whether he was telling the whole truth.
Stop it.
Stop it, Sam said.
It flowed. It kept flowing. It still does. I can't stop it, really.
You can't seriously believe.
Humor me.
I thought
Why
you
don't
were,
we just...
I thought you were believing. Like, I don't get why Sam is so in doubt. Or else, how else is he doing it?
See what's what.
Stars. He scratched absently at the pink flower band-aids on his face.
So?
So I've seen you gushing blood. You use
duct tape and bar rags before you put on a pink flower band-aid.
What's your point?
My point is all of this is totally implausible.
We're about to
It's
get
nuts.
into a
He's been
car
right about
accident.
everything so far. You think he's just gonna ground out at first now?
That minivan behind them?
Slid behind the wheel.
Is there a detour?
Nope.
There's not a side road that takes us to the highway?
To get to the highway, you have to cross that river. To cross the river, you have to take that bridge.
How deep's the river?
Sorry, afraid you boys are gonna have to spend the night in town.
There's only one way out of this thing? Get the fuck out of here. What kind of town is this?
We've got the jump on her. If we know when she's coming, we know where. This is an opportunity. Are you?
Here's the fight.
It frustrates me when you say such reckless things.
Well, it frustrates me when you'd rather hide than fight.
Oh my god. This is delicious.
They gave you the wrong thing.
Amazing.
I'm so sorry. I gave you the bacon cheeseburger by mistake.
Got it anyway.
Oh,
Come on, call it a little insurance.
what are you gonna do?
Well, the pages say that I spend all day riding around in the...
Oh, fuck. Huh? Why don't you just park her? I don't get why we didn't park her where we were. Oh, this is the minivan accident, right? What the fuck?
The demon blood makes you feel stronger, more in control.
No. That's not true.
I mean, that would literally be why you do it. Why else would you do it?
It's a
I thought it
terrible burden.
had to be that.
It all rests on your shoulders.
Does it?
My daughter's going through a doctor phase.
What are you talking about?
Y'all better now.
What the fuck? Why would they break the thing? What was the purpose of that? Oh no. Okay.
Dean,
I take it you knew I'd be here.
you look terrible.
It's because I just got hit by a minivan, Chuck.
Oh, I just do.
It's not good enough.
No.
How the hell are you doing this? Dean, let him go.
Hey, Castiel, what's up?
This man is to be protected.
The fuck?
Why?
He's a prophet of the Lord.
Okay. Oh
You gotta be
shit.
kidding me. I am not
That's
kidding you.
what? Oh, Sam is in here banging Lilith. That is what we're going with.
No.
What is? I don't understand what Sam's
Lilith
plan
gonna
is.
slaughter you.
Maybe she will. Maybe she won't.
So what, you think you can take her?
Only one way to find out, Dean, and I
honestly believe Sam's doing is a huge mistake. It doesn't make any sense to me. Makes zero sense.
If anything threatens a prophet, anything at all, an archangel will appear to destroy that threat.
Oh shit.
Archangels are fierce. They're absolute.
We can call.
They're heaven's most terrifying weapon.
Yes, I've got a gun in my pocket, and if you don't come with me, I'll blow your brains out.
I thought you said I was protected by an archangel.
Oh, interesting exercise. Let's see who the quicker draw is.
Hello, Sam.
Oh, it's like Margot Robbie.
I've been waiting for you.
You can end it, Sam. Right here, right now. I'll stop breaking seals. Lucifer keeps rotting in his cage. All you have to do is agree to my terms.
So
Why would you back
terms
down?
sleep together.
Why now?
Turns out I don't survive this war.
Oh shit. So she's like, let's have sex and then you die. Oh, Jesus. How about you put your eyes back the way they were? I hope Sam's got another plan here. Yep, there we go.
I am the prophet Chuck.
Got to be joking.
You got about 10 seconds before this room is full of rats, and you're a piece of charcoal. Sure you want to tangle with that?
So deal, huh? That's what she said. Call the whole thing up.
Oh, Chuck's gonna die. Fuck. Or maybe not.
I'm Zachariah. You may know me from your work.
What do you want?
Did you see it? Where are you going?
To go kill myself.
Don't be melodramatic, Chuck.
How did you see
We
it,
only
brother?
bring you back to life.
Oh, Jesus. What the fuck?
What am I supposed to do?
What you always do.
Right.
Right.
All right. Well, that was episode number 18. That was a pretty good episode. Love the meta-ness of it all. Love the, I don't know if I would call it comedy, but I love the way that they handled the episode and kind of like almost taking small jabs at the writers, and I don't know. There was a lot of cool stuff that I actually enjoyed. I thought was actually pretty fun. I'd probably give the episode an 8, honestly, maybe. I think if it's good enough to get a 9. Like the writer thing was really, really cool. And then the Lilith showing up and the deal Lilith gave is really, really cool also. Also Sam kind of, willing to kill, like, so he was going to kill her. I don't know. I'm in an 8 to 9 range right now. I don't know if it's good enough to be a 9 because there was no scares and no emotional punch to it. And I feel like those are two things that this show, like for it to get 9s and 10s, I feel like that's what it has to hit. And there wasn't really anything emotional or anything kind of scary in the episode. And the comedy wasn't really a comedy episode. It was a lot of like, here's exposition, here's what's happening, here's also this really, really cool thing with this writer, the angels, the prophets, all that stuff. Like I really dug it. But I don't know if it's good enough to be a 9 though. It's just my opinion. But let's break it down. We'll go through it, see what we can figure out. We start off, we go to a comic book shop about it being haunted, and then the guy's like, "Oh, are you guys LARPing?" Is this supposed to be Sam? We find out that some guy is writing the supernatural stories. Every single story, at least from the first season. Actually, the last episode of the books was when Dean went to hell. So it's like scattered episodes, right, throughout the series so far. That's really, really cool and really, really meta. I love it. I love them doing the research. Going to meet this lady here, ask her from some stuff like about, does she know any of the writers? Or does she know the writer? Does she, like, what is the deal with it? They talk about being fans because they have the tattoos that are in the book, of course. She has one, I'm guessing either on her ass or as a tramp stamp. It has to be on her ass, right? Because if it was like on her upper back or her lower back, and if it was a tramp stamp, wouldn't they show that? All right, we then hop over to this. We go to the writer's house. He ain't buying it. We tell him who we are. We show him the guns, the weapons. We show him everything. He still ain't buying it. He talks about that he's just a writer. He writes these stories. He said he talks about that he actually wrote what's happening now. Like a lot of the stuff, last names and certain things like that, he didn't put inside the books. So the fact that Sam and Dean know about that is crazy. We have all this stuff here. We then go back to the guy. He had visions again about what's going to happen. Then visions include, right? Visions include Lilith and Dean and Sam, like Dean's car, and then getting hit by a car, like a van, all this stuff. So when is it that Dean's like, oh, right here, Dean's like, in this part when Dean's like, we're going to do opposite day. We're going to do the complete opposite of, well, first they wanted to get out of the town. That didn't work. Weird and random that there's only one road in and out of town. This is at the dinner tables when they're like, you know what, we're just gonna do the opposite of what the thing says. And then they try to do that, but it kind of keeps leading to like where the path is. Even going to a different hotel, it turning into the red hotel. The guy's breaking into his car, getting hit by the minivan. Sam talks to the writer about it. He says like, Sam really believes he could take out Lilith. He strongly believes that. We got the Dean with the bandages or the band-aids. So here is when Dean's yelling at him, and then we find out homeboy is a prophet. He is being protected by an archangel. He is being protected by God. Well, actually, we don't have the archangel thing here. He is a prophet who was sent to give us the spoken word of God. Really, really cool. Really, really interesting. I love how freaked out he was by Castiel. Like, whoa, I wrote all this, but I did not buy it. I didn't think any of it was fucking real. Dean and Sam fight. Dean wants to leave. Sam wants to fight Lilith. He thinks he could do it. They fight. They argue. Go outside. Then we talk about here, Castiel. He asks Castiel for help because he's praying. Well, first he's praying to God. Castiel shows up. He tells Castiel about helping him. He's like, I can't. Then he mentions that the prophets have an archangel next to them. And if anything's about to happen, they'll protect them. Dean then decides, go get the guy. Bring him over to the hotel so that when he shows up, an archangel would show up and it would destroy Lilith. We then have this thing, Sam and Lilith. Lilith says that if Sam sacrifices himself, that he'll save billions of lives. But that with her, they sacrifice to do this deal, they have to have sex. Sam, of course, acts like he's gonna do it, grabs the knife, fight happens. We then have the archangel about to show up when Chuck, like, I am the prophet, Chuck, right? What he says when he walks in?
I am the prophet, Chuck.
I am the prophet, Chuck. We then, so I don't get this. Why did they let Lilith leave? Like, they should have just tried to like hold her off before the archangel got there. And also, is the girl dead? We didn't get any verification on that. And then Sam says he's gonna kill Lilith before she's not making it to the end. Then our boy Chuck has these flashes of something. He saw some evil shit. He's freaked out. He wants to go tell Sam and Dean. What's this guy's name again?
Did you see it?
Who are you?
Uriel?
I'm Zachariah.
Zachariah. Uriel's the guy that died. He can't tell them because if Chuck tries to kill himself, they'll just bring him back to life, which is a very fucked up situation. But that's the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, Patreon for the full reaction, uncut, unedited. Episodes extra early over there if you want them. If you don't want them, totally cool. You can get episodes here whenever they show up. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm going to end this here. Try to get it up to you guys and see you guys later.